Ian Tracey, Chorusmaster of the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Choir. It's basically preparing the works to be done in any given season so that they're up and running for the conductor to take on from there. So it's slightly different to a role where one perhaps directs one's own choir. I have to be careful not to stamp my own personality on the works or my own particular hang-ups about the composers. I have to just get it to a stage where the conductor can take it on. And of course I have to train the choir, because all choirs need training, basic choral hygiene as I call it. So it's a twofold thing, learning the notes and also keeping the choir in good form. Well, it starts really when I'm on my holidays, when I take, as I'm about to just do, a bag of scores away with me, so that I can get to know the works intimately and know all the details, know where all the bad bits are going to be, where the choir are going to struggle. And then we start back in September and I start drip feeding these works into our work schedule. Some of them, might be as long as the following Easter, but I can see problems, or they're very difficult works, or maybe we just want some light relief from the piece that we're doing at the moment. So I drip feed things in. And we have a weekly rehearsal on a Monday night from 6:30 to 8:30, and it's in those rehearsals we do our real work. But of course in the week of a concert we've probably got a rehearsal with the conductor, a piano rehearsal with the conductor, and at least one if not two orchestral rehearsals with the conductor and the orchestra before we actually have the show. So it can be quite busy in the week of a concert, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 rehearsals if it's a really difficult piece. No, they're not professionals. They aspire to professional standards, and of course they appear on a professional platform with professional orchestra, professional soloists and world-renowned conductors. But they are essentially amateurs. We have, having said that, quite a few music teachers and music lecturers, professional musicians amongst us who maybe play instruments or whatever, teach. We've a lot of medics and doctors and lawyers and a whole sort of gamut of professions. But yes, they're not formally professional musicians, and so they have to be led into the works, but a lot of them come to us because they've been to concerts in the Philharmonic and they've heard the choir sing, and that's the best advert we have really. But we do advertise, and we advertise in the universities for Freshers Week. We're about to do that. We advertise, we have leaflets which are at the back of the hall. We advertise in Philharmonic Society brochures, programmes. But I think the main thing is personal contact, either from people that are in the choir or people coming to concerts. We've had a great influx over the last couple of seasons while the choir have really been on a high, with people who've just said, I heard the choir in the most amazing concert, I want to join. I think my most memorable moment with the choir is conducting them in front of Her Majesty the Queen, who of course is the choir and the orchestra's patron. She came along for an afternoon concert, and Libor Peszek was then the conductor, and it was thought that we should do something intrinsically British for the Queen as part of the programme. He was doing a lot of Czech music and lots of the music he specialised in, but he didn't feel very comfortable about doing Blessed Pair of Sirens of Paris, and that was the piece that sort of appealed to us. There were no soloists in it, and it was an obvious choir piece with a big orchestra to do for Her Majesty, and she would know the style and perhaps even the piece. And so Libor said straight away, right, well, you're conducting that. And so it was a great thrill with Her Majesty in the first box there to conduct this piece of intrinsically British music with our orchestra and choir in this celebratory concert. So I think that's probably my biggest moment with the choir.